Right now we're going to take a look at the Ram Mounts zinc-coated U-bolt utility strap mounting kit. This is the RAM-B-231Z-2U. This is a RAM mounting base with a 1-inch B-size ball. So once you get this installed, you can use this with other Ram Mounts 1-inch B-size ball components. We have a lot of parts here on the table because there's actually two different ways in which you can use this mounting base. The first way is that you can use this as a U-bolt mount. You can get this onto a bar or railing between 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inches in diameter. And you have a larger U-bolt if it's going on a larger bar up to 1 1/4 inches. You have this plastic spacer that sits down here in the bottom of the U-bolt that will let you get it onto a bar as narrow as 1/2 inch. So that's one way you can use this mount. The other way is that you can use this mount as a utility strap. So if you're putting it on a bar with a diameter larger than 1 1/4 inches, you can use it to mount off of the roll bar of your ATV or UTV. So this would go around the bar, and then you can get the 1-inch ball onto the top of the mount. So this utility strap is going to accommodate a bar with a diameter between 1.57 inches and 3.15 inches. The U-bolt, again, was 1/2 inch to 1 1/4 inches. So there's a huge range of diameters that this mount will accommodate. So you can mount this in a lot of different places. If you're not sure where you're going to be mounting it, or you know that you could move it around to different locations, this mount is going to be a good choice for you because it leaves you with a lot of options. And we do have some videos up already that will show you how to assemble and install the U-bolt portion of this mount. We're not going to get into that in this video. Make sure you check those out if you want to learn more about it, but we are going to show you how to assemble the utility strap. To assemble the utility strap base, you're going to start with the 1-inch B-ball base. You have this plastic mounting base. You have 2 nuts and 2 bolts. So all we're going to do is attach one to the other here. There's 2 holes in the bottom there. Those are going to line up with 2 holes on the plastic component, and you'll just bolt one onto the other. The underside of this plastic piece has 2 hex-shaped openings. So you can take one of the nuts, drop that in there, hold that in place with your finger, and then you can get the 1-inch ball base positioned over the top and get the bolt threaded in. Now, while you are getting this tightened up, and you're going to need to get out your screwdriver to get this tightened up all the way, you are going to have to apply some pressure to the nut. So I'm having to hold this against the far side of this plastic mounting base. I'm pushing away from my hand. And I have to do that because if I don't, the nut is just going to spin around on the inside and it is not going to be able to tighten up the bolt. So make sure that you are applying pressure against the far side of that plastic component. So from here, you can just repeat the process with the other nut and the other bolt and just get this tightened up all the way. Now we have our utility strap, and we have this piece of rubber which is actually hollow in the middle. And what we're going to do is just insert the strap through the piece of rubber. It does make it easier if you straighten it out a little bit, and just get that through so it comes out the other side. Now this rubber is going to serve a couple purposes. Number one, it helps to protect the bar. Number two, it also helps to create friction so that it is going to hold a little bit more secure. What we'll do now is we'll get our bar set up and we'll show you exactly how to finish installing this mounting base. Here I have my bar set up. This is a 2-inch diameter bar, so this is going to approximate the size of many roll bars that you're going to find. I can take my plastic base with the 1-inch B-size ball, and now I can take my strap, and I just want to get the strap fed through the plastic base from one end to the other. So I'm going to start from behind and feed that through to the front. Now this bar is only 2 inches. Remember, this base can accommodate over a 3-inch bar, so I'm not at all worried about placement of this mount right now. All I want to do is take my screwdriver and get this feed started, just so I can get one end of the strap fed into the other, which I've done. So it is connected now. Now I can take my screwdriver and get this tightened up all the way before it gets too tight. I just want to make sure that I have my mount centered or placed wherever I want it on my bar. All right, just give this a couple more turns here, and there we go. Our mounting base is on here, good and tight. So now we have our 1-inch B-size ball mounted off of our strap base, and we can build out the rest of our mount. So I can take my B-socket arm. This is a standard length arm, but I could also use a short arm or a long arm. And into the open socket, I can put whatever it is I'm going to mount. For example, my GPS. I can take my Garmin Montana, get this into the mount, make adjustments to it, and when I'm happy with it, I just need to tighten up the knob on the side of the arm, and that's going to secure everything in place. I can also use this as a mount for my camera. So I can take, for example, my Garmin Verb with the 1-inch RAM ball on the bottom. I can get that ball into the open socket and get that mounted onto my strap base. Or I can even use it with my GoPro Hero 3. You can actually use this mount with a lot of different cameras. As long as you can get a 1-inch RAM ball onto the bottom of it, then you can use it with a RAM mount. If I wanted to, I could even use this base in conjunction with a cell phone mount. So I could take my RAM mount's universal X-grip cradle, get that into the open socket here, tighten it up, and then I have a mount for my Apple iPhone 5. So that is a quick look at the RAM Mount's zinc-coated U-bolt utility strap mounting base. This is the RAM-B-231Z-2U.